I'm interviewing 3 teenage entrepreneurs today, and they're going to share their success stories. The first one is a junior in high school whose business is topping out at almost $250,000 a year. The second is a 14-year-old who is already on his way doing hardscaping. And the third is a teenage entrepreneur who has already built and sold his first business and is in the process of buying his second business. So let's see what they have to say. Now I'm with Cullen Green. When he was 14 years old, he owned his first 2 pickup trucks and had to pay someone to drive them off the lots for him. He's now 17 years old. He's a junior in high school, and he's running 3 full-time landscaping crews year-round. Cullen, we want to know, how do you balance work and school?
So when I first started, I was in middle school. I would just work on the weekends and the evenings and stuff like that. But once I got into high school, I figured it was more serious. So I was able to, in my sophomore year, when I really started to ramp things up and I had a crew out full time, I needed to get out of school earlier in order to work a lot more. I was able to incorporate a work release program my sophomore year of high school. I left at like 12:30 every day, and now I'm a junior and I actually leave at 11 o'clock every day. So every year it's reducing more and more. Next year I'll be a senior and I'll only be there for 3 periods a day, 3 to 2 periods a day. So I'll be out of school by 9:30 in the morning. But also, you have to stay on top of your credits. I also go to night class twice a week at a local community college. I take 2 classes a week, business courses, which incorporate my high school credits, and they also incorporate into college credits too if I want to fulfill like a business degree or something like that. So just staying on top of credits, working with the school. A lot of schools have work release programs. Mine doesn't, but I was able to incorporate one, luckily. It took some time, but we were able to pass it through the school board. If you work with the school, usually they'll give you some leeway.
Just to be clear, you're not dropping out of school, you're working and staying in school and actually applying credits towards further education later on down the line, aren't you?
Correct, yes. If I do want to go to, take a degree at a college or any type of thing, I do have credits available to use.
Nice. Now, do you have any advice for teenagers, whether they want to run 3 landscaping crews like you're doing right now, or whether they want to do something else? What would your advice be to any teenage entrepreneur that's trying to get started, that's looking for the level of success that you've already attained?
My advice would be that it doesn't matter who you are, how old you are, age is just a number. Anything can be done if you put in the time, put in the effort, and you really want it that bad. It's as simple as that. It's all about determination and success that you want and setting goals, and anything can be achieved.
Colin, you are brilliant. Age is just a number, and money doesn't care how old you are. I've said it time and time again. We've got 14-year-olds that are starting their own lawn care and landscaping businesses. You started, how old were you when you started, Colin?
I had my first client when I was in 5th grade, so been a while. I started taking a salary this year, which was pretty nice. You don't really get to do that when you first get started, but you have to pay yourself no matter what. So financially, the business is doing very well. My goal is to keep my debt down, buy new trucks. That's one of my things this year. I have some older trucks, so I'm going to incorporate a lot of new equipment, minimal breakdowns into my fleet, but at the same time trying to pay cash for a lot of those things.
Let's be clear what he means by fleet, guys and gals out there. He has 6 trucks running right now.
6 trucks, skid steer, multiple trailers. We're looking to buy another skid steer this year, CDL dump truck. So quite a few trucks to incorporate into a pretty large operation on a day-to-day basis.
And there's something I have to point out. This is your business. Your mom and dad did not start this business. You did not take this business over.
Correct.
You started this business. You and you alone built this business up, didn't you?
Correct. Built it basically from the ground up, and that's what people always ask. I built it from the ground up, and we deliver a product. We're going to build it from the ground up. We don't use subcontractors or anything like that. We do the work. We are always there.
Green Landscaping. And where are you located, Colin?
We're located just inside Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, just north. Right from north from Pittsburgh.
Look up Green Landscaping. You got landscaping you need done. This is the guy. This is the guy. All right. We've got Jonathan O'Malley with Yardwork Services on today. What, as a 14-year-old business owner, can you tell us your story real quick?
Okay, so I started one day and I just asked my parents if I could do this, and it started out just as landscaping, and surprisingly they actually said yes. So I made some flyers up and just passed them out to my neighborhood, which is about 100 people. And I only did landscaping at the time. That was my first year. I did pretty good.
But the hardscaping, the landscaping is where you found your strength.
Yeah, I did that the first and second year. And then the third year, which was this past season, I bought myself a 22 Toro and did started doing mowing. And I printed up about, I think it was like 500 flyers. And I passed that out to my neighborhood, a couple neighborhoods around. And I also used the Nextdoor app. I got about 18 lawns from that, which really surprised me. And
okay, perfect. It's a good resource to know about. So flyers and Nextdoor app is where you got all of your, is that your landscaping and your lawn maintenance accounts?
Yes.
Perfect. So that's something that you guys and gals out there that you can do as well. I am with Ben Smith. He's an entrepreneur that when he was 12 years old started his own business, built it up, he has sold it, and now he's in the process of purchasing his second business, and he's 18 years old. Ben, do you have any advice that you would give teenagers out there when they're looking at building their own business? What kind of advice can you give them?
If you're looking to expand, do not be worried about taking too much money out because you'll be reinvesting it. If you want to grow it, get it to where you want it to be.
So Ben, I'm going to stop you right there. When you were building your business, what you're telling me then is you weren't pulling a lot of money out and spending it frivolously. You were actually reinvesting almost all of the income you were generating to actually build a business that was sustainable long term.
That's correct. Most of it went to advertising, so yeah.
Okay, advertising, and then you were probably purchasing equipment or supplies or things to build your business. Is that right?
Yes. I got an enclosed trailer from that too, so it all worked out.
Okay, great. Well, what other advice do you have when you're looking at building your own business?
Be on time. You know, they say that being early is on time and being on time is late, so always be right on time or 5 minutes early. That's a great first impression.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Ben, you hit the nail on the head. On time is late. On time is late. Be early. I love it.
That's right.
You obviously you're talking from a level of experience. You've done this before.
Do the best quality of work you can, and word will get out. People talk. Word of mouth is one of the strongest advertising. So do the best quality of work you can, and word will get out that you do awesome work, and your business will grow.
The jobs will speak for themselves. How you interact with your customer, it will speak for itself because your customers are your mouthpiece. Your customers are your most effective means of advertising. You're dead on, straight on.
That's true. I only have one more that I came up with. Study what you are doing. If you want to answer their questions educationally, study, take a class, even work for somebody else in this business so you can know how they run it. Their answers for them, you could transfer them to your answers because you've worked for them and you know how everything works now.
There's 3 levels to study. There's your technical craft, so if you're actually doing something, you got to be really good at that. You got to be knowledgeable about it. But the other 2 is running a business, which I'm sure you've discovered is different because you've already built a business, sold a business, and are in the process of actually purchasing an already established business, and you're 18 years old, so you understand there's the business end of it, but then there's the sales end of it. There's the end of it that where you interact, that junction where you meet the customer. That is the make or break part of any business. So you've got to understand your personal interaction is a huge factor in the ultimate success of a business. How you deal with customers. That's a main thing. You've got to get over any insecurities. You got to get over being shy. You've got to you got to have a level of confidence that says, hey, I know what I'm doing. I can do this, but you can't go over the line and become cocky. You've got to feel like you care, right? Is that what
that's right.
All right, Ben.
Exactly.
Ben, thank you. Thank you for your time today. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you for having me.